from the Coin Center in downtown Portland. This is Coin 6 News. Watching out for you.
Rain and cold weather is in the forecast all weekend long. Welcome to Coin 6 News at 6. I'm Andrew Dymburt. Let's get right to Joseph Dames in the Weather Center with a look at what to expect tonight and moving forward. Joseph.
Yeah, the short answer is more precipitation. We're talking about rain showers as our next system is moving in, and that means we're going to see more rainfall. And that's just not going to add up with some of the cooler temperatures that we have had at the surface, especially east of the Cascades. Now, here's what we have going on. We have low pressure just off to the northwest. That's right around here, continuing to push some moisture in. We're seeing the rain showers here through the valley all the way towards it turns into snowfall for the Cascades. East of the Cascades right now, some dry time for you folks. Now here's a little bit closer as the radar down Interstate 5 towards Salem. We have areas like Kaiser, Woodburn. Precipitation right now. This is moving to the east again, so it's going to be on and off tonight. You can see some space between these showers. That means there will be some dry time from here or there. Here's Interstate 84 still closed. Troutdale, the Hood River, a lot of precipitation wet right now, so that's going to make things not any better as we go into tonight. Warming temperatures, though, we already saw today. We've had some melting ice, a lot of tree limbs falling down, stuff like that. So this will continue for at least another day, maybe two. Rain time as we go through the weekend, and it's going to continue to stay kind of wet as we go through the remainder of today and into our Sunday. But we have some dry and cold air returning by the time we get to midweek. If you don't have it yet, download our weather app. It's really nice. We do updates on and off throughout the afternoon and into the evening. The whole Coin 6 weather team updates that weather app. We do have a radar on there. It's really good stuff. You can catch your full forecast on there too. Andrew?
Thank you, Joseph. Well, check out this explosion in Multnomah Village. Our web producer Chelsea Wicks caught the moment on video when a transformer on a power line blows up, knocking out power for several hours. In fact, there's a ton of people without power right now, over 8,000 people, according to PGE's updated outage map. The majority of those outages are in Multnomah County. Electric crews tell us the weather is to blame. Right now, they're working overtime to restore power as soon as possible. So if you're affected, just be patient. And right now, Interstate 84 is still shut down along the gorge. Eastbound lanes are closed from Troutdale all the way to Hood River. The closure comes in response to icy conditions and multiple accidents on the interstate. Now, westbound lanes are now open, and ODOT says it will reopen eastbound lanes when conditions are safer. This is happening east of the Portland metro area. But what about around here? Well, it's a mess. The National Weather Service is warning those living around Portland about a new potential hazard, falling ice. They say you need to be careful walking near buildings or under overpasses, and they recommend you don't park your car underneath trees. And Portland police are investigating a deadly hit-and-run crash in Northeast Portland. It happened around 2:30 a.m. near Northeast Columbia Boulevard and 80th Street. Police say there were two cars involved in the crash. One of the people died at the scene. We're told that the driver of the second car took off on foot. There are reports that the driver is a black man with a goatee wearing a red shirt. The major crash team is now investigating. And Gresham police are investigating a suspicious death after a body was found this morning at Main City Park in Gresham. Our Tim Becker is on the scene. He joins us live with his crime alert. Tim, what's the latest?
Well, Andrew, good evening. I can tell you that a large portion of this park behind me has been closed for the better part of the day as police try to piece together exactly what happened here. The body was found around 9 a.m. this morning, and that's shortly before police responded to a report of a man lying face down near the baseball field here. Detectives are not telling us a lot right now, only saying that the body is that of a man believed to be in his early to mid-20s. They are not saying how the man died, whether there's evidence of him interacting with someone else, or how long he may have been dead. They're just calling it suspicious at this point. I did find out that police canvassed nearby homes earlier, asking neighbors if they saw or heard anything.
Yeah, well, we woke up to the yellow tape and we were just kind of like, I don't know what's going on, but we've been here this whole time. So what did we miss? And now we hear that there's a body that was found. So that's a little unnerving and makes me a little nervous. And it's always a little nerve-wracking because there's like a large homeless population that hangs out right under the covered space over there. So we've had a couple weird situations. People come knocking on our doors in the middle of the night, like weird things.
streets about a week ago because someone was knocking on their door and was trying to get in. The East County Major Crimes Team is handling this investigation, and they're asking that if you think you know anything about what happened here, that you call the Gresham Police Tip Line. Live in Gresham, Tim Becker, KOIN 6 News.
All right, thanks, Tim, for that update. Well, now, homelessness is arguably the biggest issue facing Portland and Multnomah County, and local officials have had a tough time helping homeless people find shelter. But today, Mayor Charlie Hales and County Commissioner Deborah Kafoury celebrated because they say homelessness for one group of people has effectively ended. Trevor Alt has this story.
And on the bottom, it says, you know, hang in there, we can make this work. And that's what I've carried with me for the last year.
Brian Jackson is a Navy veteran who's battled disability since he served. 2 years ago, he was homeless.
I didn't have a place to go, you know, it's kind of lost.
So he reached out to the VA, who connected him with multiple veteran service offices.
Now I have a place, it's stable. And there's a big difference.
Brian is one example of Portland and Multnomah County's effort to house every veteran. Friday, they received a letter from the White House saying the Interagency Council on Homelessness was, quote, pleased to confirm that the city of Portland and Multnomah County have effectively ended homelessness among veterans. Now, to clarify what that means, there are still homeless veterans in Portland, but now, with the help of federal funding, proper avenues have been established to get all those vets off the street.
If someone is a veteran and needs to get into housing, there's a path for them to do that.
Michael Bonacore is the executive director of the affordable housing provider Home Forward. He's also an Army veteran.
I think it sends a really important message that when the federal government invests in programs like this, local communities can make big things happen.
This success proves that we actually can move the needle.
Mayor Hales told me these programs are working because they treat homeless veterans as individual people, not as one large problem.
They went to each of those men and women personally and said, we know you're a vet. We want to get you off the street and into housing. Let's do this. And it worked.
Of course, homelessness as a whole remains an enormous issue in Portland, and Mayor Hales told me he was well aware of that. He said there would always be homelessness, but the progress they've made with veterans is proof the city can effectively make a dent in the problem. Reporting in Northwest Portland, Trevor Alt, KOIN 6 News.
Meanwhile, homeless veterans in Portland that we spoke to say there's no way the homeless problem has improved for veterans. Bill Street, a vet, says he's been homeless in Portland for almost 3 years. He says that he and other homeless vets who were watching that announcement, they were upset by what the mayor had to say, going on to say that living in a shelter does not count as being housed, and getting help is still very much a challenge.
You talk to one place, you talk to like the CRRC through the VA, they give you one statement. You talk to one of the other organizations like TPI, they give you another statement. You talk to somebody else, they give you another statement, and it's just constantly running in circles.
Well, we want to hear from you about the mayor's announcement today. Join in on the conversation over at Facebook at the KOIN 6 page. And still to come on KOIN 6 News at 6, Christmas came early for 194 families after a Secret Santa paid off all of their layaway fees. And in sports, we check in on the Blazers, who are in action from Indiana. Dave has the highlights.
And the wet weather continues as we head into this evening. More falling ice is possible with warmer temperatures and a winter weather advisory. A lot to talk about. Your full forecast coming up right after the break. Keep it right here.
A new survey finds some Americans are brushing off buying real Christmas trees in favor of fake ones. The Christmas Tree Promotion Board, which Santa is not a part of, says 31% of tree buyers opt for the real deal, while 30% prefer a fake one. 25% alternate between the two, and the rest just don't even bother. Okay, a Secret Santa in Pennsylvania made hundreds of families' Christmases a little brighter. The Good Samaritan paid off $46,000 worth of layaways for nearly 200 random families. The store spent the day calling those customers to tell them the news.
I said, well, did anybody call? She said, yeah. Am I going to be upset or mad? And she was like, well, it's going to make you cry. So I walked upstairs and played the messages, and it was Walmart saying that our Christmas layaway can be picked up, that it was completely paid for.
The assistant manager says many tried to find out who it was so they could thank him or her, but so far that person is staying a secret. And listen to this, someone will get to spend the holiday at the iconic A Christmas Story house and museum in Cleveland, Ohio. It includes a 2-night stay at the home from Christmas Eve until the day after Christmas. The winner gets to bring 3 guests. They'll also get more than $800 in gifts, including a major award-leg lamp. The house is the fictional boyhood home of Ralphie Parker from the classic 1983 movie. eBay lists the winning bid as $6,200. All right, Joseph, I have a confession to make here. I've actually never seen the movie, at least not start to finish. You know, it's always on TV.
Yeah.
I've caught bits and pieces of it, and I know it's the most, Christmas movie that is as a Christmas as it gets. I've seen all the other ones, but I have not seen
that one.
Story.
Well, I hate to ruin it, but there's a part in there where he gets his tongue stuck on like a really cold pole, and he can't get it off, and it just kind of reminds me of what we've been seeing the past couple of days with all the ice, the cold temperatures, just so much going on. You'll have to check out the movie.
I will. Maybe this Christmas.
Yeah. Some more important stuff going on outside, though. We have more rain showers going on. We have snow through the Cascades. Yeah, it's been really busy the last couple of days. We've had tons of Coin 6 reporters out there doing a really good job covering this event. And you know what? It's still kind of ongoing for a weekend, especially for areas like the Gorge and the Cascades. Now, we have some very scattered activity west of the Cascades, more precipitation moving on in. It's going to continue as we go into this evening. We have this surge of energy that's going to come off the Pacific, another one behind it, so likely going to see rain on and off as we go through the remainder of this weekend. If you do have plans, be prepared for it. Here's downtown for Portland right now. We've had on and off rain showers, some heavier, so the roads are going to be wet if you are going to hit the roads this evening and late tonight. Still precipitation off to the southeast. We'll have more moving in behind this, so if you're heading west on 26 there, it looks like some precipitation. Heavy rain was just over Interstate 5. Now east of that, you can see it right here. Areas like Silverton and off to the north, but Kaiser down towards Salem, up towards Woodburn, you probably had some precipitation over the last half an hour or so. And then again towards 84 where the road is closed from Troutdale to Hood River. More snow for the higher elevations and rain continuing to pound through the gorge as we are at about 6:13 here in our evening hours. Here's 26 Mount Hood Government Camp heading westward towards Welch's, Rhododendron towards Sandy. Expect the precipitation as well as the snowfall for the higher elevations. Again, here's a look at Government Camp. This is eastbound, but you can see very busy. This is pretty much the only road open since 84 is closed, and also people are coming down from the mountain. I hope you had a wonderful day if you are one of those. Here's the Metro evening plan. There are temperatures in the lower 40s, on and off rain showers as we head through this evening. Let's talk about a winter weather advisory for the Cascades as until 2 p.m. come tomorrow. Another 5 to 10 inches of snowfall, which is nice for the ski resorts. About 2,500 to 3,000 feet that snow level will be. Heaviest of the snowfall will be overnight tonight. Ski report real quick. About 4 inches at Timberlines. Check out that base, 76 inches. Oh my gosh. If you haven't been up there, I went up there about 3 times over the last week. Wonderful. I highly suggest getting up there and enjoy it. Western Oregon University. I want to take you out there for a time lapse real fast. Look at their holiday tree. Great day today. You know, a lot better than the past couple, but they had some precipitation. And now again, as we head into tonight, some more ongoing rain showers. Here's about 10 o'clock tonight going through into tomorrow morning. Look at this. If you're waking up tomorrow morning, still rain out there. Likely some snowfall for the Coast Range, the higher elevations if you're heading on 6 there. And again, more snowfall for the Cascades. East of the Cascades, doing a little bit better, although likely we'll have some on and off rain showers for you folks tomorrow and some snow for the higher elevation. It continues for your Sunday afternoon and evening all the way through our Monday. So the next couple of days, more precipitation, more rain, more snowfall. It's going to make the roads wet and a little dangerous if you are going to be out there the next couple of days. 7-day forecast, some drier weather is going to move back in, but it's also going to be much colder. Look at this. We get through Monday, temperatures in the lower 40s, but Wednesday and Thursday, 34 degrees. That's the daytime high. Overnight temperatures in the 20s, and then maybe another chance for some snow, Andrew, on Friday.
Am I seeing a little bit of sun in there? Is that
some sunshine?
Will we get some sun?
We should see some sun, but
so maybe
it's going to be cold.
Maybe it's not all bad. All right. Thank you, Joseph. We're going to turn our attention now to sports. The Blazers are in Indiana for their game tonight. David's here with more details. Hey, David.
Hey, what's going on, Andrew? Good to see you again. Thank you so much. The Blazers-Pacers going to work tonight, and Portland trying to snap its 2-game losing streak right now. This one about to wrap up pretty soon. Let's get to that first quarter, though. Damian Lillard really doing everything he could for those Blazers downtown and give them all 3 of these, but he has not finished. There's another 3-ball, and then Lillard from the corner, and yeah, splashes another 3. Lillard on fire. Those Blazers making a very nice run. Then Lillard, you guessed it, from downtown again. Dame with over 25 points in the ball game. Second quarter now, Evan Turner with the lob up top 2. Myers Leonard, who's going to rock the rim. That is very nice. But now let's get to the moment of the ball game. Turner going to break out the 360 dunk, and you know we've got to watch that one more time, showing off the serious hops. Now let's go to that second half, though. The Pacers, they were tough. Paul George pulling Indiana a little closer. He has over 20 points in the game. But C.J. McCollum helping those Blazers keep their lead for a while. McCollum over 25 points. Now this one winding down. Last we checked, it was 112-109 Pacers. About 40 seconds left in the ballgame.
The winner is Lamar Jackson of University of Louisville.
And there you go, as expected. It's Louisville quarterback Lamar Jackson winning the prestigious Heisman Trophy. Now this kid putting together some amazing numbers during the regular season and had all sorts of plays worthy of the highlight reel. Here's Jackson on winning the Heisman Trophy.
I'm extremely proud to represent this class and the University of Louisville with their first Heisman Trophy. I'd like to extend my appreciation to the Heisman Trust and all the people. Oh my God. This tremendous award for making this an experience of a lifetime, and I'll remember for the rest of my life.
There you go. Now to the other big story. Navy and Army West Point meeting up in front of a packed house in Baltimore, and it's Army defeating Navy for the first time since back in 2001. So second quarter we go. Time winding down. Navy's quarterback Zach Abey making his first career start, but the football going to wind up into the hands of Ryan England. That's Navy's third turnover of the first half. So moving ahead now to the fourth quarter with Army now leading 14-10. Abey on the keeper. Breaks a couple of tackles and cruises through the defense. 41 yards later, he's going to take it all the way to the house, but Army answering back. Quarterback Ahmad Bradshaw on the keeper and powers his way to the end zone for the lead. It's Bradshaw capping a 12-play, 80-yard drive. And let the celebration begin. Army wins 21-17. What a special moment for those guys. And just a friendly reminder that the Teddy Bear Toss is tonight at Memorial Coliseum when the Winterhawks host Everett. That's a 7 o'clock face-off. And when Portland scores its first goal, fans can toss the teddy bears onto the ice for a little celebration. Those teddy bears and stuffed animals will be collected and distributed to local charities in the Portland area and Southwest Washington. And as always, make sure to join us for Game On every Sunday night at 11:35. So we're going to break down the big game between the Seahawks and Packers, plus lots more. Game On every Sunday night following Coin 6 News at 11. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
A bighorn sheep spotted his own reflection in a glass door. So what happens next? He took out the door. Someone spotted the herd in a Colorado parking lot and noticed the ram first just bump the door and then he went full force. He didn't appear to be hurt though, and the herd ran off. Experts say he was probably trying to protect his cubs because it's mating season. And according to NASA, a galaxy billions of light years away is exploding with stars. Check out these new images. Scientists say these help astronomers learn more about how galaxies are formed and how they grow, including supermassive black holes. And it doesn't feel like it now, but according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the U.S. had its warmest autumn and second warmest November on record. The average fall temperature was 57.6 degrees, 4.1 degrees above average. And we'll be right back with a final look at tonight's forecast.
President-elect Trump at the Army-Navy football game. And 1 week after that deadly warehouse fire, we look at life inside an artist collective on tonight's CBS Weekend News.
All right, 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the lower 40s the next couple of days. That's going to help melt away some of that ice, though be prepared for that, especially around those trees and those taller buildings. 43 degrees on Monday, too. Rain continues on and off. It's going to be a pretty wet weekend. More snowfall for the Cascades winter weather advisory until 2 p.m. tomorrow, so I'm expecting 5 to 10 inches of snowfall for the mountains. It does cool down. We'll see some sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, though temperatures only topping off about 34 degrees on Wednesday as well as Thursday. Overnight temperatures in the 20s. It's going to get cold for the midweek, and then maybe another shot for some snowfall, Andrew, late next week. We'll have to continue to watch that.
Yeah, and if this weekend taught us anything, what's more important when we get that rain and snow is the roads and the dangerous road conditions. Okay, well, remember, we're always on at KOIN.com, and you can take us with you by downloading the KOIN 6 app. We've got more news coming up tonight at 11.